Hey y'all! So today's video is going to be about how to make money and stay positive during this quarantine. So times are obviously crazy, times are hectic. This is history in the making. Like, this is not a drill, okay? This is serious. So I know that money can be a difficult sore subject during this time, and mental health and positivity can also be a very sore subject during this time. So that's why I decided to tie the two and two together. I know these are two issues we've all had to come to terms with at least once during this quarantine, and if not ourselves, we've had to watch loved ones come to terms with these issues. So I just wanted to come on here with some reassuring words and spread a positive message and give you guys what I think is the most valuable thing to us right now, information. So let's just jump into this video. Now we're going to be jumping from money to positivity. This is what I'm most excited to talk about. So being positive during this difficult time, I know is a struggle for everyone. I know positivity and mental health have been the number one thing on my mind besides taking care of my money and my financial situation. So I know a lot of people are probably thinking the same, and I'm sure people have gone through their own struggles or seen other people go through struggles. So I just want to reassure everybody that it is a good time to put a positive spin on what is going on, because this is time for us to kind of slow down and take a peek at what's really going on inside, to stop and actually smell the roses, because I feel like for so long we've been so distracted with our daily lives, and it's like, you'll miss so much life by just always being distracted. So I don't know, this was just an eye-opening experience for me to show me that, okay, sometimes I do need to slow down. Like, this really made me realize, damn, I really am always on go. Like, I call myself a go girl because I'm always on go. This has really been a learning experience for me, to learn to just slow down and take my time doing the things that I do, and not everything has to be rushed and so fast. So we can come out of this stronger and having learned a lot about ourselves and about those around us. So this is an amazing opportunity to better ourselves. Okay, so, and this is just me sharing the things that have worked for me. I'm not God. I'm not, I'm not here to tell you what is right or what is wrong. I'm just here to share with you some advice and some tips that have worked for me. So it definitely starts with self-love, and it definitely starts with going within. First things first, you have to take some time to go within and dive deep to figure out who you are, what you want, what matters to you, what does self-love look like to you, what does taking care of yourself and loving yourself look like. And I think a good way to think of this is to think of your highest self. What is the best version of yourself look like? What does the best version of yourself act like? How does the best version of yourself treat themselves, So to have that as a comparison or as a reference, I think can be really helpful, because during this journey of positivity and love, you're not going to want to compare yourself to other people. That's going to do the negative. It's going to do the opposite of making you feel better. It's going to make you feel like you're lacking somewhere. If you have the opportunity to compare yourself to like a better version of you, there's no need for jealousy there. There's only need for improvement. So if that is a helpful way to think about it, that's how I think about it. That helps me, at least. So yeah, going within, it's all about being honest with yourself right now. Be honest with your wants, your needs, your dislikes, your likes. Be honest with who you are. Come to terms with a lot of these things. There's going to be things you have to accept about yourself that you don't currently like. Now is the time to accept them. It doesn't matter if you don't like them, accept them. We can work on them. But first you have to accept the truth, accept the reality. If you keep running from it, how can you work on it? It's scary, it's tough, but you will reap the benefits. You will completely see that it's worth it to just handle your problems head on. So going within, not running from yourself, taking that time to be still with yourself and to understand what it is, who it is that you really are. Get a gauge of where you're at. And then move from there. That way you can accept those things and move on. If you're not at a place that you want to be, it's okay. Most of us aren't. But look at it, figure out what it is. That way you can move on. You have to start first. Starting is literally the first step, and it's often the hardest part. Next, and these aren't in any particular order, these are just tips and advice that I have. I just kind of wrote things down as I was thinking about it. You're going to want to believe that you deserve good things. And this is very important. If you don't believe that you deserve good things, you're not going to be able to accept when good things come. Like people who don't feel like they deserve to be loved, and it doesn't mean that you believe this on like a everyday level. Like every day, I don't deserve love, I don't deserve love. A lot of the times it's not like that. It's like deep subconscious, like, and you don't even notice it until something crazy happens and you're like, oh my gosh, do I not even feel like I deserve love? Like, do some research on the subconscious and the childhood influence. If you felt as a very young kid, let's even say at the age of 4 years old, if you felt like you weren't loved by like your family, like if you felt like you weren't loved, that was kind of the message that was drilled into your head. That same message most likely carried up until now, unless you did something to erase that or to fix that. So keep that in mind. Brains try to rationalize things. So your brain will try to be like, well, okay, just don't love people, then don't let people try to love you, like, or else it's gonna get messed up. Like, sabotage any relationship where someone is trying to give you love. Like, that's what your subconscious brain is thinking. So you have to believe that you deserve it. So think deep down. Do you believe that you deserve happiness? Do you believe that you deserve positivity? Do you believe that you deserve good things? Do you believe that you deserve a good life? If yes, move on to the next step. If not, you need to take a little bit of time to look deeper and figure out why it is that you don't believe that you deserve that. Make sure you believe that you deserve whatever good thing it is that you want coming. Because a lot of these positivity tips won't work if you don't have the actual belief in yourself and belief in your greatness. And if you're at a point where you don't feel like you deserve it, I'll give you some advice. I would say try positive affirmations, because basically, like I was saying about the subconscious, and I'll give you, I guess, a synopsis of what subconscious and conscious means. Like, subconscious is the part of you that knows how to tie your shoes or knows how to ride a bike. It's that thing that you learned a long time ago. You might remember exactly how you learned it. You probably don't remember it in explicit detail, but it's literally that one skill from a long time ago that sticks with you. So that if that can show to you how whatever it is that you take in as a kid, if learning, like however long you learned how to ride a bike or how to tie your shoes, that sticks with you. Think about how much like the things that were fed into you as a kid stick with you too. Like, being negative towards you will stick just as much as learning to tie a shoe or how to ride a bike. It's okay. The point isn't to be mad at those people for what they did. They probably went through their own things. The point is now to heal. The point is to get to a point of feeling good about yourself. Positive affirmations, I'd say, is a good way to help you reverse this kind of negative. It's like that negative little voice in your head that's like, no, you can't do it. Like, that's your subconscious. That's a negative subconscious. So to reverse that, you're gonna need to do the opposite. Positive reinforcement, positive reassurance. So you can look up on YouTube positive affirmations. There's gonna be videos and they're just kind of guide throughs. And you're just gonna repeat these positive statements to yourself, whether it be aloud. If you don't feel comfortable doing it out loud, you can just read it in your mind. Look at yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself, reassure yourself that like, you've got this. And I'll give you guys some examples of positive affirmations. This is the book I write in, guys. And I recommend during this whole journey of finding yourself and positivity, getting a journal to write a lot of this stuff down in is gonna be really helpful. A lot of this stuff, as people, we're really dynamic and we're really have a lot of layers to us. So it's gonna be hard to kind of just remember all this stuff. Try writing it down. I promise it'll help you understand this whole thing a little bit better, I think. And sometimes it can feel kind of weird writing about myself and my feelings and stuff, but afterwards, every time I'm like, okay, that actually felt good, no lie. So here's an example of affirmations. I choose to find hopeful and optimistic ways to look at things. I compare myself only to my highest self. I choose to see the light that I am to this world. I am happy in my own skin and in my own circumstances. I see myself as a gift to my people, my community, and my nation. Those are all examples of positive affirmations. So they say the best times to reinforce these for yourself are first thing when you wake up, first thing in the morning after a good night's rest. Look in the mirror, like I said, say these affirmations to yourself out loud, or maybe just read them. They also say before bed is a very good time. Just get these going. I'd also recommend having some type of board where you can write this kind of stuff down around your apartment. I have a little dry erase board. I write a daily affirmation on there, and just looking at that throughout my apartment helps me keep my day on a positive track. Doing this, you're going to see progress, I'm telling you. Even after like a week of doing this, you're going to start thinking of things more positively. But remember that it's going to take time. Remember that we're trying to undo years of negative teaching. So it's going to take time. Don't expect overnight results. Don't expect that. But do expect that every day is going to feel a little bit better, I promise. Reminders to remind you of something every day. A reminder like, I fully approve of who I am, that pops up like 2 times throughout the day, and that's just a nice form of reassurance to remind you, okay, like I am that bitch. Like, because it's a lot of negativity throughout the day that can kind of tear you down. It's important to reinforce yourself with a lot of positivity to battle and combat that negativity. That's positive affirmations. I know I'm talking a lot, and I want you guys to feel free to be in the comment sections, ask me questions. Let's get a conversation going. I'd say self-care is the next step. So self-care, both internal and external. You need shelter, you need food, you need water. Make sure those basic needs are taken care of. You're eating, you're drinking enough water. Once those things are handled, think about your needs on a different level. It can be really minor needs too. Like maybe you need extra alone time. Maybe you need Saturdays to yourself to just have time to sit and read a book or something. It can be random little needs, but just figure out what your needs are, and that's going to help you figure out what self-care looks like for you. Checking in with yourself throughout the day. What do I need right now? Like, how am I feeling right now? You can also handle internal needs with prayer, with meditation. Those are just good ways to go within and kind of figure out some of that internal stuff. Do things for yourself that make you feel good. If you like art, if you like sports, basketball, if you like playing music, if you like making music, do more of that, and I promise that will raise your positivity by a lot. Once you're actually doing the things that you're passionate about, that have meaning for you, you're going to feel like they're worthwhile. You're gonna want to remove negative externalities and internalities. So a negative externality could be a family member who makes you feel bad about yourself. It could be a friend who makes you feel bad about yourself. It could be a place that, it could be a place that makes you feel bad about yourself. You need to remove that externality. You're gonna have to start cutting people off. People are going to get dropped, and it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be fun and exciting to drop people. In the moment it won't be, but once you realize, dang, I really didn't need you, you were weighing me down, you're gonna feel so much better. So just know you are gonna have to remove those negative internalities as well. That negative voice in your head, that's gonna have to go. Like I said, positive affirmations, try those out. Meditation will help. Negative externalities could also be substance abuse. It could be alcohol. If you drink too much, you don't end up getting anything done. Remove that negative externality. The next tip is to figure out your intentions. Your intentions in this life, in this world, and they're usually going to be positive. So once you identify with them, it can make your path a lot more clear. Intentions, I'll give you examples. I intend to be open to success and abundance. I intend to forgive myself and others. I intend to love myself fully. I intend to give and receive love effortlessly. So these are just examples of your intention. So it's when you're going into, let's say, any given situation, just day-to-day life, what are your intentions going into them? And reinforcing what these intentions are is going to be a very good character build, because you're figuring out, okay, well, now I have intention behind my actions. It's going to make you choose your actions more wisely, because now, wait, remember what I said. I intend to give and receive love effortlessly. So what I'm doing right now completely goes against my intentions. So see that, and making sure to just keep them positive. Like, I intend to release pent-up anger. I intend to be nicer to those around me. I intend to laugh every day. I intend to level up spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And wait, I intend to level up spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Why would I go fight that bitch? Like, you see what I'm saying? Once your intentions are set, it's going to be much more easier for things to fall in place for you, because you're going to realize you're going to set a standard for yourself. Intentions are really just setting a standard for yourself and the way you're going to conduct yourself in this world. Next step, you're gonna have to start being selfish with your time. And this is gonna look like saying no a lot. This is gonna look like turning people down. This is gonna look like some people looking at you weird and thinking that you're acting funky. This is gonna look like some people may be getting in their feelings about it. But at the end of the day, you are your number one priority. You need to figure yourself out. You need to be in tune with yourself. And you need to be focusing your time on things that make you feel good. When you put too much energy into other people and focusing too much on other people's lives, it's so easy to get wrapped up into it, and it's so easy to forget about yourself. So that's why I encourage you sometimes to be selfish with your time. No, I don't want to hang out at all this week. Nobody puts a time limit on how much time you need alone or how much space you need. That is all up to you. You have to set those boundaries for yourself. Next tip is stop focusing on and worrying about other people. And this is the huge one. Comparing yourself to others is either you putting yourself down or you putting the other person down. I compare myself to Brittany, who's living in the $5 million mansion in Calabasas. She's driving my dream G-Wagon. She has the golden doodle that I've been wanting for years. Yeah, I'm probably gonna sit there and be like, dang, I'm not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sit there like, oh my, am I just a failure? Like, meanwhile, I have all these things going for myself, but you gotta cut that out. Stop focusing on her. Stop focusing on Brittany. Stop worrying about Brittany. Brittany grew up a completely different way than you. Brittany is not you. Brittany had different opportunities than you. Brittany, you don't know what Brittany did to get there. You have no idea. She could have been doing some nasty stuff to even end up in this position. You have no clue. So don't even waste your time comparing yourself because you don't know the full story. That is the only thing. And this is all of this is easier said than done. Every single thing I mentioned here is easier said than done. It's when you finally want to take the time to really monitor your thoughts, and don't do this in a nitpicky way. Like, don't get to the point where you're scared of your own thoughts and you're driving yourself crazy. Just acknowledge at those times when you notice you're being negative. Okay, let me just try to reorganize my mind to be a little more positive right now. It's that simple. Like, don't beat yourself up. None of this is about beating yourself up. But you gotta stop worrying about those other people. So you're either putting yourself down. So in that situation, I put myself down. But let's say in the situation, now I'm on social media and I'm comparing myself to Angela. Angela doesn't even have a car. Oh my God, Angela doesn't even have a house. What, Angela, you don't live anywhere? So you see what I'm saying? They're either better than you or they're worse than you. You're either feeling bad about yourself or you're talking trash about them. So just cut out the whole comparison thing. I'm gonna tie it back to what I said about the higher self. Don't compare yourself to others, only compare yourself to your highest self. Promise it'll make a huge difference in the way you think about things. Next is you are going to want to let go of pent-up anger. Now, this is another big one. I have pent-up anger. I don't know where it's from, but it's pent up in me. You can get me started, okay? You can get me started, and I might not even stop. And I'm very chill like that, and that's how you know it's pent up, because usually on my normal day today, I just be chilling. Like, I keep this kind of tone of voice. I'm just really chilling. You can get me riled up, and that's on pent-up anger. So a lot of this pent-up anger, once again, it can go back to childhood. It can go back to anger from years ago that was never accepted or released, because these negative energies that are in you, they have to get out. You can't just cover it up. Replace it with something positive, like I was saying, or you have to just get it out. So letting go of this pent-up anger in a healthy way. You're not going out to fight somebody. That's not a healthy way of getting rid of pent-up anger. You can hit a punching bag, okay? You can hit a punching bag. You can punch your pillow on the bed. Don't punch a wall. That's gonna make your fingers bloody and you're gonna have to pay for that, or your mom's gonna have to pay for that. Don't do that to your mom. Make sure it's to something non-living, please. Or if someone is willing to actually fight you for fun, somebody wants to go 30 seconds with you so you can let out that anger, go off. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If someone's down to take the hits for you, like, sure, but make sure it's healthy. Make sure you're not just beating on people. I really don't recommend the people thing, but that's what I'm saying. If you have somebody who's really down, you're gonna feel a weight lifted off your shoulders. So definitely, and there's other ways to get rid of pent-up anger besides just physically beating things, okay? You can do meditations. Therapy is also a good way to help get rid of some of that pent-up anger. You could work out. Maybe you want to just go for a run. Maybe going for a run is something good enough for you. Like, whatever it is that can help you get rid of that pent-up energy and that pent up anger. Next is going to be grateful. In age, it's hard to be grateful with a humble life. Let's be honest. Seems like everybody else is just living lavish. It's not true. Remember, America is not the world. Rich people are not the majority of people. You have a roof over your head. You have food in your stomach every day. You have transportation. You have a quality education. Those are all things to be grateful for. You have an apartment. You have a wonderful boyfriend. Those are all things to be grateful for. Once you can actually sit there and take the time to be like, wow, my life is amazing. I have so much to be grateful for. You're going to start to appreciate yourself more. You're going to start to feel better about yourself. Once you can be grateful for your life, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. Count your blessings. Like, seriously, I'm not saying you have to literally keep track, but just be, ooh, that's another blessing, and that's another blessing, and that's another blessing. I'm blessed. I'm lucky. Like, life is good to me. Be able to acknowledge the good things in life, and I promise that will definitely help with your positivity, even the little things. Next is monitor what you watch and who you are feeding your energy into. So like I was saying with social media, like if you're someone who just watches fight videos all day on social media and you're like in a fighting mood, that's not gonna help you. Come on now, look at something funny so you can calm down and chill and just laugh. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching a lot of First 48, a lot of violence, a lot of jail TV shows, just keep in mind it's not really doing anything but putting you in a negative headspace. If you're constantly watching that stuff, of course I understand, I like to watch that stuff too, but don't let that be the only kind of thing you're watching, or you're feeding a lot of negativity into yourself. So you're gonna have to stop hanging out with people that you don't like. People that you don't like but you just tolerate, those people gotta go. Last thing is just accepting yourself. Accept where you are, accept who you are, accept this amazing opportunity that you've been given, and go from there. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will have more videos out like this in the future. Comment down below any questions, any suggestions you guys have. I love talking about this kind of stuff. So if you would like to see more, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. Yes, I'm so happy from the support that I've already been getting from you guys. I promise I'm gonna be more consistent. School just ended for me, like the main school year, so I'm gonna have a lot more time to film videos and have content for you guys. But yes, thank you so much for watching and sticking through to the end. If you did, I really appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day and night. Peace, love, and positivity. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.